be doing diamond art because that's what I do on my streams.
Just so you guys know, I do take recommendations for any type of cosplay content. If you want to see a specific song or character, I do read all of the comments. Oh, I wish I had a friend. I actually don't mind because Aizawa is one of my favorite cosplays because I spent the longest on that cosplay. The shirt I wear in that video, though, I stole from my mother, so I don't know how you'll feel about that. Considering I spend all my time doing very quiet tasks, it makes sense. But I also don't own a blonde wig, other than my Misa wig. At least not yet, at least. Maybe one day I can find someone who will cosplay as Hitachi. Maybe one day. I get it. My whole bedspread is cats, though, so I found this character just very fitting for my personality. Also, my cat plushie wall. Within reach, I have a cat statue that my friend gave me. A lobster cat. And an octopussy. think a fun fact about me filming any of my cosplay content is I cannot see what I'm doing the entire time. I am basing every action I do in any video based off of what the sound is. But that's also how I used to do dance class too, so. Couldn't see shit, but I could at least follow steps. Um, I mean, I usually just use sounds and then film as a character. That's what I do. I don't know how to edit videos. Feel free to duet some of my videos though, if you really want. I just like costumes. I've gotten many comments about how I'm good at lip syncing, but I'm just singing the lyrics. Just in general. I just memorized a lot of songs. Something funny is because I got an associate in the arts degree, I can actually become a preschool teacher. I think it's just ironic because imagine me being an actual teacher and playing a teacher character. Oh god, my computer's gonna die. That's what I'm reading my comments off of. I should have plugged it in. I'm gonna grab a charger for it. I mean, I didn't leave my room. My charger is in my room. It's just across my room. Here we go. I can keep reading comments now. So incredibly tangled. I mean, I'm technically back. I'm just plugging in my phone so that it also doesn't die, just in case. I wouldn't want to risk it. Imagine my phone just shuts off on me. That'd be so fun. I'm so prepared. You'd think by the third stream I'd have everything figured out. No, not at all. I'm pretty sure the same 3 things go wrong every stream. I need to plug in everything. I need to move my charger. Oh, and readjust my phone, because that's another thing I do sometimes. I mean, I like getting along with people. I try to. I am much more socially awkward in person. But I'd also hope I'm approachable. I'm trying to become a therapist. I've been studying psychology for so long. And the studying never ends. I will say, out of all of the animes, I have most wigs that relate to My Hero Academia characters. And also, it's really hard to find a blonde wig that isn't bad quality. Blonde wigs just never have enough hair fibers. Every other hair color, easy to find thick wigs for. Blonde ones, nope. Just the thinnest, least amount of hair. Which says a lot about actual blonde people, because usually they don't have thick hair. So if I ever try to make a wig for Hizashi, because I can't get other people to cosplay with me unless I force them into my house. Because only one of my friends is actually willing to cosplay with me. But he also doesn't cosplay often, so he doesn't know how to. So I was just gonna give him a costume and go from there. Pushing all my buttons, but they never seem to wonder why another and another ask each other. Blood boiling, does it make you see red? Wanna destroy them and get in your head. My blood boiling, and in my blood, it's just like poison. Knew what I knew, you would be angry too. The crimson sunglasses, I'm breathing and counting to 10. Get some fresh out of free passes, I'll pay if it happens again. I don't wanna drink the venom they made me, I don't wanna drink, drop by the past. But if you were me, would you really blame me? Would make you crazy? And then I feel the gutter till I'm drowning in an ocean of entitled motherfuckers. And they pushing all my buttons, but they never seem to wonder why another and another ask each other. Llewellyn, does it make you see red? Do you wanna destroy it? Does it get in your head? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Upset. Yes, they have forgotten what they did. It's a nation of blood boiling. Does it make you see red? You wanna destroy it. Tell me I can really find you. Top of the world, but the world isn't you. And what's my deal? remember you. You're one of the more talkative people. Some of my few recurring people is Lemonheart, Spider, and you. What'd you name them? Oh, those are such precious names. Every time a person brings like an animal through drive-through, the stranger the better, because I've once seen a parrot, I've once seen a rat, and a few times I've seen snakes. I love when people bring their animals through drive-throughs. It is the best thing. I will always ask their names. I don't mind being well acquainted with animals. My mother used to be a part of a group where they'd find and rescue animals. Because my state technically has no laws against kill shelters, all of our shelters are allowed to euthanize animals. So her and that group would just adopt animals and give them out to people that would accept them so that they would not go to one of the shelters. It doesn't matter how much training you have to do for an animal. All animals need to be trained somewhat. But the fact that you're actually willing to take care of them and try is the more important part. How many times has the orange cat already run into walls or something? Orange cats always do dumbest shit, and it's funny. They all collectively share one brain cell. I love how that the things about orange cats are just universal things. They're just always true. You find an orange cat or they find you and they're just dumb. But lovable nonetheless. One of the worst things that happened to me when I was younger is I had an orange cat. His name was Tigger. Um, but he was too trusting to dogs, and one of our neighbors never trained their dog to be nice to other animals. And well, he ended up getting killed by those two dogs, which is why I don't really like big dogs anymore. coming home to find out that my cat got ripped apart in the street is something I never want to happen again. That was traumatizing as a child. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake him up. I wish people could send photos in chat. That'd be hilarious. I'd love to see all of people's pets. Yeah, but since that guy was so irresponsible with his pets, they ended up getting taken away from him to one of the shelters and euthanized because they kept killing people's pets. It's so important to protect the babies of anyone's family. I mean, they are tiny, I presume. They'll get used to them eventually once they realize the animal is not a threat. But it's good they have some sense of an instinct of, hey, we shouldn't trust them immediately. My cat was overly trusting, and, well, at least your dog is sweet. Oh god, that reminds me of my dog Shadow. So he likes playing with cats, but like in a fun way where he just jump around them, being excited that they exist. Being like, yay, family, yay, cute, tiny cat. And he'd always get chased away by the cats because the cats were just like, leave me alone. So it's just really funny to me. I've never had a dog be violent to any animal before. Other than people. I've had one dog, she was deeply afraid of men. Actually, both of the dogs I had were deeply afraid of men. Now that I think about it. That's just a commonality, I guess, finding animals that are afraid of men in my family. Well, one of them was afraid to the point where she'd attack men, and the other was afraid to the point where he'd just run away and hide, which shows the biggest difference between... Hi, Lemonheart! The biggest difference between female and males when it comes to fear is one will hide and one will fight to the death, apparently. Or it's a small dog versus big dog thing, because one was a husky, something else mix, and the other was a mini pin. The mini pin, when my mom first brought her home, She beelined to try to attack my brother. My mom stood her ground, and the dog was like, okay, I'll attack your husband. So then she tried to attack my father. Which can happen, I guess, with dogs. Some dogs are fighters, some dogs are hiders. Something I can say is my friend made these like white chocolate macadamia cookies. They are so good. What is your favorite type of... Oh my god. What is your favorite type of chocolate? Or candy? Caramel chocolate is really good. It's okay, Lemon. You don't have to stay the whole time. To be fair, I'd probably have to leave before 2. I will say milk chocolate is common. It is mid to me. I like dark chocolate and white chocolate the most. I love how I'm on the very opposite side. Technically, white chocolate isn't even chocolate because it doesn't have cocoa in it. But yeah. And I like dark chocolate because it tastes really good with caramel. And in a lot of desserts. Because it's not too overwhelming. I will say though, if I was ever going to make fondue of a chocolate, I'd typically choose milk chocolate. Oh. If they allow you to boop the snoot, then they trust you. You know, I actually have a scar above my eyebrow, because my brother threw a cat at my face. Have a good day, Lemon Heart. I will say I did try to start the stream. Oh god, cat fight. I did try to start my stream slightly earlier today because I have to potentially be available to give someone a ride later in the day, which is just a thing, potentially. I'll wait to see if I get a message. If I get a message saying I should show up, I'll show up. If I don't, then I don't. Otherwise, I'll just be ending the stream at 5 instead of 2. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 hours from now. That's more accurate than timing. Are you okay? Is the cat fight still happening? I mean, that's fair. I didn't know there was a dog in my neighborhood that was trying to kill anything until my cat got ripped to shreds. I came home and my cat was missing. And I was like, what happened to Tigger? And my grandma's response was, yeah, two dogs kind of killed him. And I'm like, and you didn't tell me sooner? You didn't try to stop anything? Apparently, 3 different people saw what was happening and did try to save the cat from the dogs. 3 different people got involved trying to separate the 3 animals. But the only way to detach a dog's jaw from anything that it's holding on to is not common knowledge to most, and you actually have to pinch their jaw to make sure their gums hit their teeth so that it feels like they're biting their gums. And that's kind of the only way to stop them from biting something. Which is horrifying to think you have to put your hand that close to a dog's mouth when they're chewing or trying to bite. But whatever stops them. To get a cat to stop biting, though, you have to press their tongue down. It just makes their jaw loosen. But also the way I give animals vitamins whenever they need them is I just shove it down their throat, which sounds violent, but if it's the only way you can get them to take their medicine without the messing with the cheese tactic or the peanut butter tactic, then I mean, whatever works. My dogs would always my dogs would always try to pretend like they took the vitamins even when they didn't. But they just eat the food that we gave them that was surrounding the vitamin. So I just shove it down their throat. Also, yeah, no problem. I don't mind sharing information like that. I learned it because of what happened. I want to make sure it doesn't happen again. I'm the exact type of person that if something was chasing my pet, I'd immediately try to defend my pet if I was there. And in the moment. I trust my own animals. I do not trust other people's animals until after I have met the animal multiple times. Mainly because I've had a lot of bad experiences with animals. I also feel like some animal owners don't know that their animals have a different temperament around different people. and won't always act how they act around you. Sometimes they will. Sometimes they are genuinely nice to everyone. Not always. Some of them are like, fake it till you make it. I have a dog named Shiva. She is a yellow lab. And what she loves to do is she knows how to follow rules and she's really good at following instructions. Unless she's mad at you, and then she'll just completely just disappear on us. And then our neighbors will bring her to us. Because we live in a decent neighborhood. But yeah. Sometimes our dog is just like, we'll blatantly disrespect you and walk off. She is a little too old now to do most of the tricks she knows how to do. Like, she used to dance for us. Oh no. Whenever I have whenever I had cats, I'd wear a sweatshirt at all times, ones that go over my hands, so that when they'd attack me, they'd be attacking the sweatshirt and not me. Because it was a very thick sweatshirt. I mean, they need to learn how to hunt. Okay, question is, if you are in college, what is your major? Or if you're just in regular school, what is your favorite subject? Yeah, sadly, cats don't listen to people. It's okay, you don't have to. I study psychology. So I like learning a little bit about people, but it's fine. I got an associate's arts degree, and so that means I'm qualified to be a teacher for a preschool. And if I continue that path, I can potentially start teaching psychology one day, which is hilarious as a thought. Because I wanted to be a psychologist, not a teacher. But I will work with what degree I was given, so I'll go for that. My favorite subject, though, I loved math and science because I was a nerd, apparently. My favorite subject that I ever studied, though, was anatomy. I didn't learn just human anatomy, I learned anatomy of multiple animals. I remember when my first cat had kittens. Um, she cornered a rat. Well, I think it was a field mouse, but they cornered it, and she was standing in the center, and the other four were standing around her, like cornering it into this. And she was teaching them how to hunt. If cats leave you gifts at the door, it's because they think you're a bad hunter. Or I can say I've never been given a present from a cat except one. But he was also a feral cat that we found that we just kept. Because we're like, we'll not let the stray problem. He was found in a toaster oven. We found a cat. He was in our toaster oven that we were fixing. Definitely had a few things wrong with him. But we named him, we all wanted to name him something different. My cousin named him Boy Boy because he was a boy. I wanted to name him Tux because he looked like he was a tuxedo cat. And my dad wanted to name him Toast because we found him in a toaster oven. You might have a rat problem if he gives you rats, but depending on what you have been given would be depending on what he's finding and where he's finding it. But your cat might think you're a bad hunter. I mean, they're definitely not underfed, but because I believe you would never do that. But they think you don't know how to hunt properly. Random items. It must be just stuff that you're losing. Maybe your cats think you're just really messy. Which is also kind of funny. My cat, my first cat that I ever got, like, personally given to me, his name was Titanic. And, well, he used to talk a lot. And it was because the person who owned him before me was a paranoid schizophrenic that I'm related to. I still love my I still love that family member. She's awesome. She's just a little not all there sometimes. And that's why she's in a home where they force her to have meds and make sure she gets the proper dose. She's not allowed to take pills anymore. They don't trust her to take them. So she has to get shots, but that's better than nothing. Cats are very small. And if you go underneath the dresser, there's like a pocket where you can crawl through to other um drawers and stuff. My cat, he used to sleep under my bed. It actually says a lot about cat psychology based on where they sleep, in retrospect to where you sleep. If they sleep above you, they think you're less than them. If they sleep on the same level, they think you're equal to them. If they sleep below you, that means they think you're above them. Like you're their protector. And I find that really endearing because my cat used to sleep underneath me, but I'd always bring him up to the same level as me because I always saw him as my equal. That's actually really funny though. I've never had a cat open my drawers, but also my drawers are heavier um than me. So opening them myself is a difficult task. That's just a smart cat. I have never once had an animal open a door before. I mean, I would never whistle at a cat. That seems. I don't know. I mean, slowly blinking at one means you're giving them, like, tiny kisses. Whistling at them would be the same as using a dog whistle on a dog. At least that's how I see it. I don't know. I don't know. I used to let my cat just free roam around my house. Sometimes too much affection is too much for some animals. Every single person and animal needs a different amount of affection to exist. Imagine you got an introverted cat that doesn't like much affection. Oh, it's okay. I wouldn't know if anyone was being mean, so I. I take things very literally, not in a figurative manner at all. I was like, yeah, that happens. I remember a girl's, like in elementary school, a girl's mother fell down a staircase, and my only thought was, yeah, that happens sometimes. So I didn't take it as like a bad thing. I just took it as a thing that happens sometimes. Cuz I've seen my mother fall down a staircase many of times and then just get up and be fine. She did end up in the hospital once because she broke her foot, but that happens sometimes. I was yelled at by the teacher though because they were like, "Have some more compassion." I'm like, "She's not fucking dead." People fall down staircases sometimes. Accidents happen. She'll recover. Her mom's still fine today. So that was like the meanest teacher I've ever had though, was elementary school. I don't think she understood the fact that I've been through things like that before and that it's not that big of a deal. And the fact that they were making it such a big deal was making her cry more. If you make things like that such a big deal, it makes people more emotional and afraid of things happening. Bad things happen all the time. We recover. We've become stronger and we do better. You can recover from any injuries. I'm so glad I don't have to walk down that many staircases. Or up any. When I was in school, I definitely had to walk downstairs so often. I ended up spraining my ankle down one of the stairs cases though. I did catch myself. I only fell like 2 steps before I was like fully caught. Because if anything, I have quick reaction time apparently. Like, I don't freak out or panic, I just immediately react. And then I panic afterwards. I save the panic for later. The thing is, that school that I went to at the time was a mile long, and every single one of my classes, I had to walk from one end of the school to the other. So walking from that staircase all the way to my next class was a thing. I did not go to the nurse's office because I didn't know where it was and I didn't want to go. Because I'm like, I will recover. I couldn't feel my back pain though, which is probably why I just left it as is. It's like, if I'm feeling pain here, I won't feel pain everywhere else. I used to have this one weird falling dream where I would be laying on like one of those hammocks. Everything was white. The hammock was white with some shadows because it was wrinkled, but the sky was white and the void was white. And I'd be rocking back and forth, and then I'd fall. I'd land in another hammock and start rocking again. And it would happen over and over again. Like two things were trying to bring me up, but I'd keep trying to come back down and ground myself. But they'd keep catching me over and over again, trying to take me up. So I've never had a dream of jumping down a staircase, but I've had weird dreams before. So I have no idea what any of our dreams could mean. But dreams are weird. But I also might have never dreamed of jumping down a staircase because I've never jumped down a staircase before. I can't really image something or imagine something unless I've done it before. I mean, our imagination and our psychosis is based off of things we've seen visually, usually. I will say usually just because sometimes there are exceptions to the rule. Like everything in science, there's always the exceptions. I'm just like, okay, make my life difficult violently. Like on average, it's more common for the second child to be born of a family to be taller than the first child born of a family. Also, it's surprisingly common for babies to get swapped. You know what? Cool. I've never jumped down a staircase, but that's because I value my knees and I don't want them to die on me before I'm old. But the fact that it happened in a dream just makes that kind of funny. if there was a group of kids nearby, they would have said, "Woohoo! You go!" and cheered you on. Right now, the weirdest thing has been happening in my state where the children look so tiny and young, but are acting like adults and being really creepy and weird. Like, have you ever had like a tiny kid start saying, "Hey mama, what's up with you?" Or trying to say, "Oh, look at that hot mama. She's..." I think it's really weird. Who is teaching these kids these things? And it is so creepy and disgusting. It was like, I don't even like regular people. Why would I ever think about that? I don't like most people. It's very hard for me to deal with certain people. But creeps and them being children makes it so much worse. Because who is teaching these kids how to act like this? Which really creeps me out. Yeah. Are just a lot of Karens having kids? Is that what's happening? I mean, in my state, we have our own breed of Karens. We call them Kellys. Because most people that have the name Kelly in my state are massive bitches. And they're also really fat. It's like you're not allowed to comment on my body if you look like that. Don't mean to be fat phobic, but there's a difference between being thick and being fat. Because everybody likes a girl a little thick. Not everyone likes someone who looks like they're about to have diabetes because of their own issues psychologically. I know my friend, the reason she is at like the weight she's at is because of bad eating habits, and she wasn't raised well. I straight up said, "You have childhood trauma." And she was like, "Wow, you didn't have to put it like that." And I'm like, "Yes, I did." You wouldn't have believed it if I didn't. It's like the reason we are the way we are is because of what happened to us when we were young. And if we have bad habits or formed bad habits, it's because we weren't raised right. That's just kind of factual. I was raised to finish my plate, but I never would because I don't like eating all at once. Which is just a person to person thing. Not everyone should eat constantly, like throughout the day, like little amounts. Not everyone's meant to be a snacker. Not everyone's meant to eat full meals. Not everyone's meant to eat 3 meals a day. Not everyone's meant to eat 4. We all need different things because we are different people. She has been eating the same food that her boyfriend has been eating. He likes eating a lot of fast food. They also complain about their finances when they're eating fast food, not bulk food. Having a relative that you don't know is your relative. But yeah, a lot of people are really unhealthy without knowing how unhealthy they are. And it's because they grew up with the wrong habits. My mom, she does this thing where she starves herself sometimes and then expects sympathy. Um, I don't sympathize with people who starve with themselves. Please, please don't starve yourself. Eat if you're hungry. Food is the joy of life. I will say I am surprised that I do not have some form of disease yet because of how much sugar I eat sometimes. But everyone needs different amounts of food and different types of food to stay healthy. So when I crave my sour gummies, I will eat my sour gummies. And if I want bagel bites, I'm gonna eat bagel bites. If I want mac and cheese, I'm gonna eat mac and cheese. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. I will eat any of these foods any time of day because they are my favorite. But not everyone was kind of taught to listen to their own brain or their body when they need something, which is sad. Have you ever seen an obese baby? Some people say that babies can't be obese, and you'd be surprised how big some of them are. And I'm just like, what happened? This poor child. Um, where I live, a lot of people love dieting and diet culture, and I don't like it because they don't do it right. Or there's many different things I hate that other people love. Mac and cheese. I only like Kraft mac and cheese. I don't like baked mac and cheese. It makes me vomit. I don't know why it does. It's just a texture thing. But I also add spices into my mac and cheese, so it's not like I eat it the way it is. A lot of people love the mac and cheese from KFC. I don't. It smells gross, and sometimes it comes out of the oven slightly burnt. We do throw out food if it's burnt. That is the only time we ever throw out food because it's inedible, but man, do people love that mac and cheese. Some people, they come by once a week, order 2 large mac and cheeses. I mean, they do what they do. They like what they like. I don't blame them for liking it. It's a common thing. Um, Yeah, mac and cheese is just one of those things where you either hate certain things or about it or you just love it. I hate most types of mac and cheese. I've only ever liked Kraft mac and cheese. I will stick by that until I find something better. But I don't trust eating mac and cheese from other places because I think it will just taste the same as every other recipe from any other restaurant. Velvet mac and cheese just feels really greasy to me. I don't know how to describe that other than it feels greasy. My best friend favorite type of mac and cheese is that one. I'll eat it when she makes it, but it's not my favorite. I eat it because I'm hungry, not because I like it. All food at KFC is fresh. I promise that one for you. We do throw things out if it's over a certain amount of time that it's been left there. That's why we tag all our food. It's literally just food safety rules that we have to follow. We have so many rules. But the butter we use is not real butter, and I hate it so much on the biscuits. And the butter that we have in the um, in our fridge, like the little packets, they're unsalted. So if you get one of the butter packets, just ask for some salt. It will make it taste so much better. I promise you that one. But now we put fake butter on our biscuits, and I'm so upset because I thought we were getting nice, real buttered biscuits. Nope. You're not allowed to say butter if it's not but real butter and it's just butter flavored. It's a disgrace. And I feel so lied to. Ooh, velvet fabric? I I think it's itchy to me. It's so itchy. And also, why is only one side of it like the weird texture and the other side scratchy? Honestly, when I read velvet, I thought it spelled Velveeta because it's so far from me. I'm dyslexic. It's definitely a scratchy fabric. I was just still in the mind of mac and cheese. I am allergic to some fabrics though. Like not like I'll die, but it does make my skin itch if I wear certain fabrics. So that's why I don't wear jeans. I only wear soft fabrics. Usually I tend to just wear cotton. I also think the only costume I've ever actually like fully made was my Roxy costume. Yeah, that one I actually fully made like the shirt for. Um, I took an old t-shirt from a thrift store. I cut it up and turned the sleeves around. And then for the leggings and arm pieces, I I found zebra print curtains. I dyed them purple. Because for some reason I had blue and red fabric dye. I think it was because I was technically going to make a Sailor Neptune costume. Um, I only ended up making her jewelry, but that's because I like making jewelry. I don't like making costumes. My best friend, on the other hand, she loves making costumes. Which is why when I had an idea to make a pair of wings, um, I wanted to make sure that they'd work. So I went to her for help with that. And so she did all the math and cutting. Because she's a powerhouse. For the ears though, I found some fur for $3. Like I got 2 rolls of fur. It's like a good like few feet of fur. And so I made her a tail and ears for that costume too. Technically, if I dyed the other fur red, I could make Foxy's costume. But I only have one red wig, and I don't want to figure out how to style it for a different character. I just tend to leave my wigs as they are. Because I don't want to risk destroying them. Because I spent a lot of my hard work and money on those. I didn't make them, but it did work to make sure I could buy them. One more down, two more to go. Oh my god, it really is two more. I'm making good time on this. I've seen a person make a velvet keyboard before. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to end the stream. Have a good night, my Fab fans. And I'll see you again.